Welcome to Facts Talk. I'm your host, Yan Zhao. Today, let's focus on the issue of media censorship. YouTube recently announced that from the 9th of December, it would block and remove content containing statements alleging widespread faults or errors change the outcome of historical U.S. presidential election. The reason is that the safe harbor deadline on the 8th of December in the 2020 presidential election had passed. And YouTube claimed that enough states have certified their election result. As soon as this news was released, it caused a huge controversy around the world. The safe harbor deadline is usually considered to be the last day for the states to certify the election results. However, the election dispute lasting until after the 8th of December is not unprecedented in American history. The dispute on the 2000 U.S. presidential election also continued after the 8th of December. But at that time, there was no selective reporting and information restriction like today. Now, unresolved legal battles are still going on, which may also change the election results. However, YouTube's statements did not mention these legal battles, nor did it mention the 14th of December Electoral College voting date. Actually, the 6th of January of next year is the day for the Congress to count the electoral votes from all the states. Similarly, Twitter and Facebook are also believed to have conducted media censorship. On the 9th of December, a Twitter spokesperson confirmed to Forbes that Trump's account will be blocked because of spreading conspiracy theories. Currently, Trump still enjoys Twitter's exemption as a world leader, candidate, and public official from its rules, although his posts are blocked or labeled from time to time. They are going to block Trump's account after the inauguration day on the 20th of January, when Trump loses the exemption, as they believe and expect. On the 12th of November, Facebook deleted the group named Stop the Steal. At that time, the group had accumulated more than 350,000 pro-Trump members who discussed allegations of election fraud and planned demonstrations across the United States. For many Chinese people, those actions or plans by YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook on speech censorship must sound familiar. As we all know, the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, implements strict speech censorship on Chinese people. Liu Lipeng, a former content reviewer who used to conduct censorship work in China, once reviewed how the CCP operates censorship at Chinese social media companies. Liu worked for 2 years as content reviewer for Weibo, a Chinese social media platform similar to Twitter. He also worked for 4 years as manager of content moderation for Leshi, a Chinese media sharing platform similar to YouTube. He said that the essence of the review's daily work is to cooperate with government to conduct political speech censorship and public opinion control. The department connected with those content reviewers are the Cyberspace Administration and Internet Police. Government departments, even the Ministry of Agriculture, have the right to order the deletion of specific posts. The system will recognize sensitive words with varied degrees of risk. If the high-risk sensitive words are recognized, the posts containing it will be categorized as to be deleted, and then will be manually reviewed. If low-risk sensitive words are identified, the posts containing them will be put into the category of default pass, either to be reviewed before being released, or to be released before being reviewed. Regarding the common situation on the internet where the CCP supporters are overwhelming, Liu disclosed that These are all effects that can be created under the CCP's news and internet censorship. Posts are strictly reviewed and filtered over and over again. What are the similarities between the actions of YouTube, Twitter, or the Facebook and the Chinese Communist Party's censorship? Well, they all use the management power of social media to suppress personal freedom of speech in an organized and targeted manner. This phenomenon could be identified as internet digital totalitarianism. In the United States, the Supreme Court has always defended freedom of press and of speech in its judgments over the past century. It emphasized that no administrative measures should be used to silence speech. Even misinformation can be circulated. Speech can be used against speech to ensure the public's right to know. In contrast, the typical method used by the CCP in censorship is to seal others' mouths by blocking or deleting specific contents. What they are targeting to deal with are not merely the voices themselves, but in more cases are those people who raise the problems. Those targeted people could even be arrested. The CCP refuses to use speech to counteract speech, but abuses power to block speech and personal accounts. In this sense, the methods that YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook use are not essentially different from those of the CCP. What do these similarities mean? Although there is no evidence showing that these American media giants are controlled by the CCP, the public's suspicion that these media have been penetrated by the CCP is not unfounded. In May of this year, Twitter announced that Li Feifei, a Chinese-American artificial intelligence expert, will serve as an independent director of Twitter. However, many netizens said their accounts were blocked for talking about this close relationship with the CCP. Also, in May of this year, YouTube admitted that it automatically deleted comments that criticized the CCP due to an error with its automated enforcement systems. Besides, New York Post also reported that Facebook had hired at least 6 Chinese to review the content posted on Facebook. In the globalized information era, the regulation of the virtual world has become a common challenge that all mankind must deal with. Large technology companies are already facing the temptation of power in collecting user privacy. If they are infiltrated and exploited by totalitarianism, they will collude with totalitarian regimes to promote global hegemony and surveillance networks. The result will be catastrophic. Facing the global threat of digital totalitarianism and communism infiltration, we urgently need to raise awareness about these threats and to respond actively. That's all for today. Thank you for your attention. Please like our video, share our video, and subscribe our channel. See you next time.